It's Friday night, and the mood is right. We're gonna have some fun, show you how it's done, TGI.
Yo, do you remember the 90s? Let's find out. Acid wash jeans, Doc Martens on your feet, Pogs in your pocket, and bagel bites to eat. Watching Full House with your digital pets. Mom, get off the phone, I need to use the internets. Let's go to Blockbuster, there's nothing else to do. Carmen Sandiego, where the hell are you? I like Tukey not.
You got mail.
Ice, ice, baby, swing. Welcome to Yo, Remember the 90s test show. Remember, it's a test show. Because we're three guys who weren't old enough to remember the 90s. We only know it from watching it on YouTube. So we're here to explore with you. If you happen to remember the 90s, you're going to love this show. If you don't remember the 90s, you're going to love this show. If you like shows that start properly and use the right links, you might not like this show, but we're going to try. How you doing, ElHorrible?
Oh, I'm wonderful, Cardiff. Everything is great. Everything's working so swimmingly. This is great. It's so fun to be here and to learn about the 90s. I'm very excited. As a 16-year-old up-and-coming YouTube star that broadcasts in his mother's basement high above the Rocky Mountains, this is very exciting for me.
And who else do we have with us tonight? Well, I said we're three guys, but we're just two guys. Who's the third guy?
Oh, I guess that would be Obnoxious John.
Whoa!
From the shadows.
From the shadows.
From the shadows. How you doing, OJ?
Pretty good, pretty good. Unlike you guys, I was a teenager and an early young man in the 90s.
That is true. OJ is very, very old.
Yes.
So he will be helping to guide us into this magical decade, which was known as the 90s.
If he can hear us, he will let us know what, when we do something wrong or we discuss something that might be interesting for people of a certain age. Yes. So as I said, this is a test show. We're still trying to figure out a little bit of the format. We will be interacting with the chat. We are on Bedabbler's channel tonight. I hope we're on mine because that seemed to be the issue getting that going today. But we will have the new You'll Remember the 90s channel for the replays. So live on our channels. So feel free to chat with us here, but we'll repackage the episode and put it on our own Yo Remember the 90s channel, which will be in the chat at some point. Maybe OJ's already put it there.
I have not. I'm working on that right now.
All right. So at some point, the new channel will be in there. So please head over there, like and subscribe.
There
And even if you don't like it, like and subscribe. Thank you.
we have a super chat.
We do have a super chat from Dagobert Uberdangle. Two rad dudes with rude tudes hella coo. I wanted to ask, I was thinking, thank you, Dagobert Uberdangle. Was not a 90s thing? Like,
yes.
Hey, OJ,
Yes.
you look good today. Not.
I mean,
Absolutely. Could have been in the 80s, maybe late 80s.
I don't know. I think we have to get into the lore of not, because that was, I have to say, that looked like a hell of a lot of fun to be able to do. So maybe we can bring that back.
was that a Wayne's World thing or was that before Wayne's World?
Oh, good question. I'm thinking either Wayne's World or Pee Wee Herman, maybe.
I don't
Pee-wee.
think Pee-wee. I don't think Pee-wee said
No, I think he did. You know what? I think it might have been a Pee Wee thing.
Possibly. That would be interesting to actually find out.
The origins
Origin
of not.
Yes,
Coming
because
soon.
I don't think I heard like a ass sphincter says what type thing before Wayne's World.
And the blows goats. I remember getting some big trouble for writing my teacher's name followed by blows goats on the board.
Yeah, what's the big deal? You just blow in their hair, blow in their eyes.
Honestly, when I was writing it, I don't even think I knew what it meant.
No, of course
But
not.
it was freaking hilarious. Can I swear on this channel?
Yeah, I think so, right? Are we trying to be clean? Are we
Yes,
completely
yes.
selling out?
We're a clean. If we're gonna get that TGIF crowd, if we're gonna get that Full House crowd, we got to be clean.
That is true.
Yeah.
We will try to. That would be a good just exercise to try and not be completely filthy, because I know as Tukey, I've already been doing Tukey's yay as ElHorrible, and Tukey likes to say a lot of disgusting things. So
If you missed Tukey on Opie just an hour ago, you missed something, because Tukey was very
rare form.
aggressive. Yes, rare form.
Tukey's tired.
Thank you, Los, for the $1.99. Look at these handsome vegetables. I mean, thank you. That's just me tonight. So
Thank you,
with
Los.
that. But we did, like I said, we want to put the show together. We want to reminisce, discuss the 90s, all sorts of different pop culture topics, a little bit of news, maybe some movie talk, some TV talk, some fast food. You like
everything?
You like fast food, ElHorrible?
Oh, I love fast food. I mean, despite what my chiseled body might show you, I do indulge in fast food at an unhealthy rate, I should tell you. Yeah, it's actually quite concerning.
I think in the 90s there were probably days where I did supersize me without planning to, like, it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh yeah,
at McDonald's, like, easy. There were, and it wasn't just 1 or 2 days. There were easy, probably months of the year.
Yes.
If you put them all together, where there was a lot of egg McMuffins going down this gullet every morning.
The first thing I remember my mother cooking was McDonald's, without a doubt. That's like literally one of the first foods I remember eating.
Your mother cooking?
Yes. Your mother was cooking McDonald's.
I used to say
so she was a career woman, was she?
She didn't cook. So when people would ask, what did your mom cook? I was like, oh, she cooked us McDonald's last night. We had McDonald's. It was great. Also, our cereal was above the stove. So if you wanted to get cereal as a kid, you had to climb up on the stove and possibly hit a switch or something on a burner to get the cereal. But yes, fast food was the number one source of nourishment at the
I was thinking
household.
for a moment that your mother worked for McDonald's and was
a
cook there, but okay. But there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
No. I did have a friend. Oh, Kinky Loco, thank you for the $1.99. Favorite fast food restaurant for each of you? I'm gonna have to think on that one for a second.
I guess we got to stick in the 90s for that answer, right?
Yes. Favorite fast food 90s restaurant for each of you. But I did have a friend in the 90s that worked at a McDonald's. So this was before this was the era of, if you've ever worked in a McDonald's, everything's kind of prepared as you go now. They'll put the burgers together as you go, and their menu's 10 times the size as it was in the 90s. It was a much simpler menu back then, but they would make, they'd have 30 or 40 cheeseburgers and hamburgers kind of sitting under the lamps, right? I think Wendy's made fun of that. That was kind of their marketing back then. But this guy always used to tell me, the restaurant closed at, 10, 11 o'clock at night back then. And around 9:45, they'd make a giant batch of cheeseburgers, whatever you wanted, whatever they knew wasn't going to sell. And that they just brought home bags and bags of McDonald's every night. So you always wanted to be hanging around that porch when you knew the guys were working, because you knew they were always coming home with bags and bags of burgers.
Did you ever work at a fast food place?
I did not.
Me neither. Like
I worked at a Burger King for maybe a month. I couldn't take it.
Why?
Just grease every night, grease all over you, all over your clothes. You smelled like your car smelled like the place. I couldn't take it.
See, my first job, I worked at like a local run grill, like restaurant. So like I worked in a restaurant for like over 12 years because it was like my first job. And then I would always leave and go, work like part-time and to do something else. And then I'd always end up coming back. But I always regretted that I never at least tried. I mean, I guess I always still could, but I never worked at like a McDonald's or Wendy's.
Yeah, don't worry. That arc is coming back in your career.
No,
at some point you'll get that chance.
Oh, I don't even care, because quite honestly, I'd be the best fucking fast food worker this world has ever seen, because it really pisses me off nowadays, like with how much, fast food workers want and everything, and how much
Right.
my orders are fucked or something's forgotten. Like, it's just really crazy. But my favorite fast food restaurant from the 90s, and I'm going to bring up a place that is actually still around. They're very rare, but you can see them. They're kind of like Bigfoot. And they were a big staple, actually, of the Howard Stern show. And that is a place called Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers was kind of like an Arby's, but they also had some of the best fried chicken.
Was that your go-to there, the fried chicken?
The fried chicken at Roy Rogers, absolutely. 100%.
For me, I think for the 90s, and only I this is probably just because it was where we would go the most as a kid. And we didn't go a lot. We didn't do a lot of fast food as a kid. Like when I started working at about 14, and that's when I went buck wild with fast food. It's like Taco Tuesday, I'm in. Like I couldn't get enough of it by the time, I had my own money to go buy it. But when I was a kid, Burger King was the first out of all the fast food places that brought out the self-serve Coke machines.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Which also meant they were the first that had unlimited refills.
Yes.
So
that was a huge thing.
Yeah, that became, what my dad was like, I wouldn't say my parents were cheap, but they were frugal.
Sure.
They could stretch a penny. But if I take the kids to Burger King, I know we can sit there for an hour and there's drinks. Drinks are fun. Remember, the cups back then weren't the size of the cups today.
No.
Right. So you could put one of those sodas down pretty quickly and just run back up for a refill. So it was Burger King for us. And I think it would be I was never a Whopper guy when I was a kid. Cardiff did not mess with lettuce. I wanted nothing to do with lettuce. So
I love lettuce, but not on a burger or something like that. I cannot stand when the heat of the lettuce getting moist and it's disgusting.
See, now I love it. I love it. Now, like salads, I hate salads because the lettuce is cold. I'm like, could we heat this lettuce? Could we throw this lettuce in a microwave, please?
What? You're disgusting.
You're insane.
Yes. But it would have been just the Burger King cheeseburgers, the flame broiled cheeseburger. They had lines, man.
They did. Lines. It's funny too, because I actually didn't really have my first Burger King experience until high school, because I guess at some point when I was a very young kid, I had Burger King and my parents just remembered me throwing up in the car. So from that moment on, I was allergic to Burger King in their eyes. So we never went back to Burger King, and we had a Burger King near high school. So I started venturing out. I was like, I don't know, guys. I've been told I'm allergic to Burger King. And they're like, but don't you eat McDonald's like literally every day? I'm like, yeah, it's not Burger King.
Yeah,
like, you're a fucking idiot.
It's the lines that made me vomit.
Yeah, the smoke flavoring they put on.
What about you,
OJ?
What was your favorite?
I was a Wendy's guy. When McDonald's and Burger King were the two big restaurants, Wendy's at the time was the better quality of the three places. And so, yes, very simply, I loved just for that reason. They had better quality meat and food, their French fries, just everything was better. Their
Obnoxious John Esquire. He
like Frosties,
like a quality fast food burger.
Well, it was a different experience altogether, because they used to have like the whole potato bar thing. Did yours Wendy's have like a potato bar?
You know what?
Remember,
or am I making that up?
I think you're just trying to hurt me.
No, I'm not.
I don't remember the potato bar.
Or was it a salad bar?
They had a salad bar.
They did have the salad bar, yes.
Maybe I'm mixing
Pizza
up.
Hut had the salad bar.
Because Roy Rogers also had a Fixins bar, because you can get all your Fixins at the Roy Rogers Fixins.
Yes, I remember E-Rock always talking about the Fixins bar. You could almost stock up on just pile on the Fixins, cup loads and cup loads of Fixins at the Roy Rogers.
Wendy's. I can't. Maybe Wendy's. I thought my Wendy's totally had some kind of. Oh yeah, okay. So it was a super. It was a super bar.
Right. I think they had soup and salad.
Soup. I didn't know. Oh, maybe the chili. I guess you got there. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really go. Wendy's wasn't a real a big one for us. Again,
Me
I
neither.
just think it wasn't in the area as much. But the when you pulled into somewhere and you got a Wendy's, that Frosty was quite tasty. It was
Yes.
quite.
I still do get a Frosty from time to time.
Our big three growing up, I guess, was McDonald's. We went to Roy Rogers and then KFC. My dad really liked KFC.
KFC. I think we did quite a bit of KFC, and I miss the old soggy KFC fries.
Oh, the big wedges, you mean?
No, the really soggy skinny fries.
I miss all of the French fries from back in the 90s from every place. McDonald's fries, they switched the oil. They went from vegetable oil to canola oil. And
No, they went from like lard to
like beef
vegetable oil
cow or whatever.
Oh,
What is that called? Beef.
Yeah,
It's something. It's like beef. It's
Yeah.
cow fat.
Yeah, it's lard
Yeah.
essentially.
But yeah, and I used to always hear rumors. Like my uncle, for some reason, used to tell us rumors about McDonald's, just like how you were talking about how like guys would make food like 15 minutes before closing. We would hear the opposite stories about how disgusting it was and how people would just pee on the floor because they didn't have time to go use the bathroom because they would be so busy and they'd piss on the floor. And if food fell on the floor, they just pick like all the and then they tried to make it sound like cooking the fries in beef fat was a bad thing. They're like, you know what they cook that shit in? Cow fat. And it's like, but now it's like, I want that.
Oh no,
Right,
butter?
I want that back.
Yeah, I know.
40 pounds of butter? No, please
It's
don't.
insane, man. Like I can literally. Did you guys have the old school McDonald's Playland too, like an outdoor thing?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did you have the giant officer Big Mac jail or whatever it was?
Yes.
You had that? Yeah.
Yep.
It would burn your
What was his
legs.
name?
Officer
Oh,
Mac,
what
I
was his name?
think.
Yeah, something like that.
Because
Grimace.
Mayor McCheese.
Mayor
Wow, you
McCheese
just-
Grimace.
You just gave me a flashback.
That's the point of the show.
a
Yo,
new- a
remember the
new-
90s?
They built a new Burger King in my area, and they built this massive outdoor like playground for the kids, and it had like this metal tube that, in retrospect, like, wow, was that a mistake? Anyway, some kids got injured. They fell down. It was like a ladder inside of a tube, basically, and yeah, so they ended up tearing the thing down after only being up for like maybe like 3 months.
I was in a McDonald's not too long ago, and surprise, and I guess they renovated. Judging by what I'm about to describe, they probably renovated in like 2005, maybe 2004. I don't know why I'm being so specific. That's not a big range I gave you here, and I'm probably way off on.
So it's
both.
a year.
Let me call.
somewhere
Hold
in a
on.
year.
I'm gonna call the McDonald's and find out when they were. So they probably renovated early 2000s, and they gutted the place. And all you saw, there were like 4 metal boxes with tube TVs inside connected to N64s.
Oh, sure.
Cool.
And that was the playland. So I guess they gutted all the slides and everything like that, and they put those 4 N64s.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, first of all, I was thinking, well, I guess that's what kids would have wanted, and fine, but they're missing out on the real fun stuff, like running around and being assholes. But then I'm thinking, like, what kid now wants to sit there and play N64? Like, I think it's time for another upgrade in the play place. But yeah, I don't think any McDonald's make those old school play places anymore. But there's a few that still have them kicking around that I've seen.
Yeah, not the old school ones, but they have like they do still have like play areas inside. It's just like a generic thing. But yeah, growing up, I mean, it was awesome. Like we rode. I remember riding the Fry Guy things and
the springs, the big springs.
With the springs, you go back and forth. And guys, I'll put video or pictures when I edit this, because so everyone's watching this right now on ElHorrible, Bedabbler's channel, and Cardiff's channel. The only way to watch it after this, I guess, will be on Yo Remember the 90s. So be sure to go to that YouTube channel. OJ will put it in the chat. And with that edited video, I will include images and stuff. So
yeah, we'll I say we, but
no, it's
somebody, our editor will take care of this.
We don't have an editor. John Lewis, thank you for the $2. 90s kid here. I remember McDonald's pizza. I can honestly say I have never had McDonald's pizza?
Never.
So-
I don't
so I was
remember.
I was
Do you
going to
remember
ask,
it, Cardiff?
I do. That's actually what I'm bringing up here on
Oh.
the commercial for McDonald's. But I do remember McDonald's pizza. So McDonald's pizza, I think I read it came out in the late 80s. They started testing it. And now OJ, not far from you, I believe, in the great, can I say what state you're in?
Sure.
Okay, in the great state of Ohio, Columbus, Ohio is known as the testing ground for all fast food restaurants.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's kind of considered the most generic market, I guess, for them to test stuff to see what would work nationally. So I think that's where they started in the late 80s. Now this I don't remember. I'm going to show you I'll play the commercial and then we'll talk about it a bit because I don't remember it in this format at all.
There are some things parents will never hear.
Would it be okay if I went to bed early tonight?
Things that would be too good to be true.
Would anyone mind if I vacuum the stairs?
Luckily, some things are good and true, like the McDonald's family-sized pepperoni pizza, smothered in cheese and pepperoni for only $5.99.
Looks like
Thank you, Joe
shit.
Biden.
Looks like shit.
Yes, it does.
And I don't say that about any fast food.
It's 2 for $10
Every day.
No dessert for me, Mom. I don't deserve it.
Family-sized pepperoni pizza. It's a parent's dream come true.
And that girl grew up to be Amy Fisher.
Interesting.
Was it really?
No.
Oh, I don't know. So I do remember the McDonald's pizza. And I've had the McDonald's pizza, and I actually liked the McDonald's pizza, but I never had it in that size, like a family size. When I guess by the time it got here, it was like personal, like the Pizza Hut personal pan pizzas.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right. But I missed.
I assume that's.
I want to say I missed 4 innings of a baseball game because of McDonald's pizza. So
Explain.
it just came out.
Shit yourself.
Wow.
I had baseball tickets. Let's say I was going to see the Minnesota Twins, and I had baseball tickets, and there was a McDonald's on the way from the bus to the stadium. There was a McDonald's in between, and I heard about this McDonald's pizza. I saw the commercials. I'm like, this McDonald's pizza, and I'm running off to the game, and I was excited. And passed by a McDonald's, big sign in the window, McDonald's pizza. I think it was day 1 of McDonald's pizza at this place. So I'm gonna go try it. We'll grab a pizza. They made a big deal about it, like pizza in 6 minutes or something ridiculous, right?
Sure.
Like they were the first ones that came with that where the pizza oven moves.
Yes, the
Right?
conveyor
Where the
belt.
conveyor belt pizza oven, right?
Yes.
So that was their big innovation in pizza. That's why they could get a pizza faster than anyone else. And so I went in, I ordered my McDonald's pizza, and boy, did they have problems making a
really?
McDonald's pizza.
Sure.
But the manager, they were so accommodated. The manager kept bringing me fries. All I ordered was a pizza. I wanted a pizza to walk to the rest of the baseball game and go watch. He's bringing me fries. He's bringing me drinks. He's apologizing. He's explaining the mechanics of this conveyor belt oven and why it's not working. And I
Jeez.
don't know why I didn't cut bait. Like, I don't know why. And I had eaten enough by that point. Like, he just kept bringing me stuff. And, but I got my pizza and I ate it. I actually brought it into the game with me. I ate it at the game. But I did order it many times before. It was like a bready pizza crust. It looked very different. I remember it very different than that commercial was, but it was like a bready, almost like that DiGiorno.
Sure.
The bread pizza. What's it called?
DiGiorno, I mean, is garbage pizza. I don't know.
No, but that bready, that really thick bready crust.
French bread?
French bread pizza. That's it. That's
French
what I'm
bread
thinking.
pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, again, the sauce was good. The cheese, it was a good little quick pizza. Like, it was better. I found it better than Pizza Hut at the time.
Interesting. Because it looks exactly like that shit.
Yeah. But again, at the time, it was good. But I did have fond memories of it, but it did not last long at all. And yes, thank you, Birch the Great, $2. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Was that 90s or was that early aughts?
I think that was odds.
Okay, I was gonna say we should have some kind of penalty if people bring up things that were not in the 90s.
You have to super chat another $2.
Yes. Blinky Jedi, thank you for the 199. Skull Cardiff rules, Moors doesn't.
Yes.
The Moors.
The Moops.
The Moops. That's another name. The 90s. That was a 90s reference. Good job.
Yes.
WSX. Thank you for the $5 super sticker. Sorry.
Thank you, WSX.
Actually,
know what that was.
WSX has 2 $5 super stickers. We have some super chats to catch up on.
Oh yes, let's catch up. Let's catch up.
Just so we know what you guys are talking about.
Shane M 1980. Yeah, if 1980 is the year you were born, this show is right up your alley. The Pepsi Point Harrier jet scandal is one of my favorite 90s stories. Hope you guys talk about it at some point. We do. Have you watched that?
No. What is that? I don't know what we're talking about.
So I mentioned it yesterday. Remember Pepsi Points?
Okay. Yes, I do know. That's when the guy. Oh, okay. So you could get enough points to get a Harrier jet.
Yeah,
Yes.
They did a joke.
Yes.
They made a joke. You can get a jet, right? And
yes.
Somebody actually figured out a loophole because you could buy Pepsi points.
Right.
So he figured out and there's a Netflix documentary on, I think it was Netflix, and he figured out the loophole, and he figured he could buy this jet. He could buy enough Pepsi points for $190,000
right
to buy this jet. And somehow he got somebody to fund him.
Right.
And hold Pepsi accountable. And I think we will talk about it, but I did mess with Pepsi points a little bit in that time. I was working in a grocery store, and there were a lot of people that took bottles of Pepsi home that had no points in the cap.
Asshole. God damn it.
Holy nasty Al, thank you for the $199.99. That is far too generous. Much appreciated. I hope it's on my channel. I finally found the right channel for Hey, good. Even bonus time for Nasty Al. I finally found the right channel for Cardiff Super Chat. Great job, guys. And yes, we are playing a game tonight. Whichever channel makes the most super chats,
the other channel has to shut down for the entire month.
This is a channel death a retirement match.
Thank you, Nasty Al, for being generous all day to everyone.
Yeah.
And yes, I did check because I was hoping that you did mess up and send it to my channel, but I would have sent it to Cardiff anyway. But I did check.
Thank you, Nasty Al. You're the man.
Listen, we are trying to be adults here. Wherever the super chats go, they go, and we thank you for your support. But we really just want to have some fun here and have some fun with you guys, and we do want to build a new channel. So we would appreciate everyone subscribing to the new channel. And when we start doing live stuff there, then we'll negotiate the super chats.
Yes, and we should also say that we're trying to keep this to like an actual hour show and not just kind of go on to whenever it ends, it ends. We're gonna try and like actually, conform to like an hour show. And
yes, but we do want to have some fun with you guys too. So. Baba Ganoush, thank you for the $4.99. The McDonald's near Disney in Orlando, I believe, is the largest and sells everything plus pizza and Italian food. They still have the pizza and the spaghetti, I guess.
And the spaghetti, yeah. I was gonna
say. I've been to that McDonald's.
Me too.
The double decker. It's like 2 floors.
It's gigantic.
Big McDonald's. Yeah, I have been. I did not know they still had pizza. I thought there was one somewhere in like Kansas or some ridiculous place that was still doing the pizza, but.
I will travel. If someone tells me where there's a place I can try McDonald's pizza, I will travel to it. I've traveled very far lengths for fast food. It's depressing. Yeah. Kinky Loco 199. Yo, remember John and Lorena Bobbitt?
No, what happened?
Are you serious? No, you're kidding, right? Okay.
Yeah. If it wasn't for John and Lorena, I mean, I think the amount of mileage Howard alone got out of that.
Yeah,
it was
no, I was gonna say just John Bobbitt on Howard Stern alone was fascinating because the guy was just so weird.
We are gonna have to cover that. And then that guy went on to do pornos after he had to put it back on, which is amazing to me. I'm not even sure how that thing still worked.
Well, she threw it in a field,
right?
I remember the Stern parody. I think it was from the New Year's Rotten Eve where they actually reenacted the cops looking for it.
So we're gonna pull some of those clips for an upcoming show.
Barku Ver, thank you for the $10. Any of you have a McDonald's birthday party with a big jug of orange drink. Any of you touched inappropriately by an adult at a McDonald's, BK, etc. Any of you touch anyone inappropriately at a McDonald's, BK, etc. I'll answer the last one on behalf of ElHorrible. Yes.
What?
Now, the McDonald's, I never had a McDonald's birthday party. I was
Me neither.
invited to a couple, and they were amazing. I love
Yes.
those.
Those little candy things on the cake. The little candy
cake.
character.
I forgot about the cake.
Yeah, and their cookies. McDonald's had really good cookies too back in
Yes.
the like 80s and 90s.
Yes, and you could get the cookies. Yeah, because they didn't have the toys really then. You got the cookie. in the Happy Meal.
Maybe in the 80s.
Maybe that was the 80s.
Maybe when the
But I
earlier
guess in the
80s.
90s you could request a cookie instead of the toy.
Oh, really? I
So
would have
if you
killed my
were-
mom if she did that.
Well, you know,
I
sometimes you
mean,
wanted a
give
cookie.
me both. I want a cookie and a toy. you
Yeah. Well, no, but I think the cookie, that was more for me as a, 15, 16-year-old, but still buying the Happy Meal.
Sure.
But I got enough Barbie princesses in the back seat. Let me give me the cookies.
Sure. But yeah,
But that orange drink,
Mhm.
so I'll tell another story. My mother used to do a lot of volunteer work at the church, and whenever they did events for the kids, they always you could rent that McDonald's jug,
Sure.
and then I think it came in liquid syrup. Yeah, you'd get jugs of syrup, and you could make your own jug. There was always extra syrup left over at the end, and I would make the strongest, thickest orange drink for myself sitting in that. Oh, that was some fun. I don't know if I ever drank. I think I tried drinking it straight once, and that was a bad idea. Like, you ever try the syrup, like Coca-Cola syrup straight?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
it's a bad idea.
Right.
But
yeah, that orange drink was great.
That was some good stuff.
I forgot about that.
That was some good stuff. They still have that. I wonder if you could still get that.
Is it just high C? Were we tricked?
It can't. It could.
Couldn't just be high C, right?
Yeah.
Was it Ecto Cooler?
It could have been Deadfool. Thank you for the 1999. We've been seeing Deadfool all night. It was nice seeing you on the Opster show.
Yes, we've been everywhere.
Yes.
Thank you, Deadfool.
New member Darth Nugs. Thank you, Deadfool. See in court. Thank you, Bill Loney. Thank you. Steal my show, will you?
We are all caught up.
All right. The 90 symbol should be a big cell phone in a bag. Oh, we're definitely gonna have, not tonight, but we're definitely gonna do some cell phone time.
Oh, actually, we're not.
Those are some fun devices.
Oh, we are. Sorry.
Oh, even in the regular chat's on fire. You guys are really engaged. Thank you very much. So, hey, you guys have any fast food stuff you wanted to bring up before we move on to something else?
Actually,
I did not.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't have fast food. I do have some food stuff, but it's not fast food.
I have two fast food things, and they are part of 90s commercials.
I'm not chicken. You're a turkey.
Drug dealers are dorks. Don't even talk to them. Cowabunga!
So my first 90s commercial that deals with food would actually be, and I have to present my screen and not talk like Tukey.
How'd you do that? You do a great Tukey impersonation.
Thank you. Yes, I have been trying to figure out a good Tukey impersonation. Let me find. I gotta find it now because I lost my spot. Okay, here it is. But yeah, recently KFC, we were talking about KFC, and they were talking about like their new KFC chicken nuggets. KFC, try the new KFC chicken nuggets. And you're always like, yeah, what happened? Why did KFC, like, why did it take this long for KFC to make chicken nuggets? You know,
popcorn chicken though.
Well, they always had yeah, there's always popcorn chicken, but boy, there are no, chicken nuggets. Well,
which I believe is far superior.
The popcorn chicken, yeah, yes. It was probably better. But I don't know. I've never had Kentucky Nuggets, which apparently was a thing in the 90s. And here's a commercial with a recognizable figure.
Mr. McDonald, let's talk chicken. Are you aware that the public prefers the taste of Kentucky Nuggets to your chicken McNuggets by almost 3 to 1? No, sir. And is your McChicken sandwich made with the Colonel's secret blend of 11 herbs and spices?
No, sir.
So how do you expect to sell chicken?
Toys. Lots of toys.
Taste our best. $1.99 for the Colonel's chicken sandwich and fries, or Kentucky nuggets and fries.
And I never remember KFC having those regular kind of McDonald's fries. Oh, here's
that I do. That I remember. Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Were those the ones you were talking about?
Yeah, they were just soggy. Like they weren't crisp fries. They were soggy fries, but they were so good.
Lots of toys.
Because they must have been fried in the same stuff as the chicken. Yeah, those were the best.
Really?
Oh, they were the best.
See, I don't remember those at all.
Yeah.
And another place that went through fries like crazy is Burger King. I can't even remember all the versions of Burger King fries.
And they've never been good.
No,
they've never been good fries. Even Wendy's, I like the fries before.
Yeah,
the big,
I don't
thick
like
ones.
The new fries suck.
I don't like the new fries, but yeah, Burger King, that's the one thing. I don't know how they haven't been able to figure that out.
I don't know either.
But yeah, if there's a there's a series on I think it's on Netflix. I think it's The Food That Made Us. There's they have a whole bunch of stuff that made us series, like the movies that made us, the toys that made us. I think there's The Food That Made Us. And they do one on the Chicken McNugget.
Oh, interesting. I would watch that.
And the amount of engineering that had to go into making that stupid Chicken McNugget and making them perfect and molding this chicken mush. I mean, it's real chicken, but it is pressed into,
right.
I guess the old joke is what part of the chicken is the nugget from. But
exactly.
But yeah, no, that is funny that KFC took that long to come out with a nugget.
Yeah,
like the popcorn chicken rules.
But apparently they did have nuggets back in the early 90s. I don't know what happened to them. They obviously flopped, but I mean, I haven't heard of KFC nuggets before they recently, like, I don't know. I've just been hearing about KFC nuggets recently, and I don't remember any time before then. But apparently they were there in the early 90s. So another commercial I have involving food, fast food, is a Pizza Hut commercial. And I think Cardiff will like this one.
Before you get to that, though, yes. I do miss, and I think maybe like Wendy's Twitter is the only place that still holds out this, but I miss those commercials where they used to take shots at each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
sure.
That,
yeah.
Like that, the Ronald McDonald guy sitting there at the, like, stuff like that, where they would, they were big corporations, but they were far less corporate. I think,
agreed.
Yeah. Fun with it.
So the other commercial I had involving food and fast food, more importantly, is a Pizza Hut commercial. And the interesting thing about this commercial is I don't think it was on TV. I only remember it playing at the beginning of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first movie VHS. I want to see if you guys remember this.
Sponsored by?
Yes. Well, I don't think it ever said that.
Off in the distance, the game's dragging on. There's strikes
Goldberg.
on the batter, some runners are
Was it?
Yeah.
Suddenly, everyone's looking at me. My mind has been wondering what could it be.
I've had this song in my head all week.
To the sky and I look up above, and a baseball falls into my glove.
That literally happened to me in real life.
It's important to
No.
know. You gotta know how to catch. You gotta know how to throw. That's why I play in right field, way out where the dandelions grow.
As a proud sponsor of Little League Baseball, Pizza Hut welcomes all the
What
kids
is that
to
shit?
make it great.
Oh, those chairs. Remember those Pizza Hut chairs?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember the Pizza Hut buffet in the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and the dessert pizza.
Yes, the dessert pizza. Yeah. But I just remember that commercial, even as a kid, it always hit me as just something really, I don't know. It's a really, I had a family who was really big into baseball, and I kind of disappointed them all because I hated baseball and went into hockey. But that commercial is always, I haven't thought about that commercial in so long. And then that song came right back to me. And it reminds me of like my grandfather. And it just reminds me of like playing baseball as a kid, and then going to a Pizza Hut and having Pizza Hut.
I love baseball, and Bob Catalano. I don't remember Joe Carter hitting any home runs with the Cleveland Indians.
Yes, Joe Carter.
But
he also played in Canada, also in Toronto. Yes, he won the World Series.
Did he really?
Blue Jays.
Oh, congratulations. What's he doing? What's he done lately?
I don't.
That's what I want to know. But that commercial stunk. That
you think that commercial stinks?
That commercial stunk. That was the most boring. And I love baseball, but that was the slowest commercial I've ever seen. So
have you ever seen that commercial before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, see, that's what. See, if I was you, I would probably feel the same way. But just as a kid, I don't know why. It was like you popped in. I watched that Ninja Turtles first movie, like the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie.
In the theater.
Yes, I saw it in the theater as well. But I had the VHS, and I played that thing hundreds of times a day. And that Pizza Hut commercial always came up. And it wasn't as easy to just rewind to, where you wanted to go. So you just sit through it. And I don't know. I haven't thought about that commercial in forever, and it just kind of brought back a nostalgia thing for me.
That's pretty cool.
Piece of shit.
I remember. Well, no, I didn't say it was bad for bringing it up. I just say as a commercial.
Well, it actually gave me another flashback. As a young kid, I played baseball, and that actually happened to me. I had to play with like 15-year-olds, and I was only like 12. Somebody didn't make it; they were sick or something, so I was like a fill-in. I'm out in left field. The ball was like a line drive hit to me, and the sun was in my eyes. I could not see the ball, and I basically did exactly what that kid did. I stuck my glove up, squinted my eyes, and clinched up, and the ball magically went into my mitt, and I was the hero.
See?
I was that kid in right field. I begged to go to right field.
Mm-hmm.
I did not, and every at bat, I was in that right field. Don't hit it to me.
Yep.
Don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me.
How many left-handed batters did your other teams have, though?
None.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why it's a great commercial.
Yeah.
I play right field and support, didn't you know? Right out where the dandelions grow. Because I remember playing in right field and being like, this game sucks. Like, baseball stinks. It's so boring. And literally kicking dandelions. Like, I don't know. I think you have to watch that again, and it'll hit you differently.
But I did watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the theater. I remember going opening weekend.
Yep.
Sold out. Could not get a ticket for it. So me and my buddy Nick, we conspired to buy a ticket for another movie.
Oh.
And we just got it, but they were checking tickets.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And Nick was panicked. I don't know what movie we bought. I don't know what else would have been out that weekend that we would have bought tickets for. But Nick was panicked. I'm like, and this is where the Cardiff conniving started. But I'm like, Nick, we practiced the showing the ticket. I'm like, if you hold it just right, they just need to see that there's a ticket in our hand. They're not going to read them if we're funneling through.
Right. And
we got in, and then we kind of felt bad watching like the 27 kids walking into the theater and there's no seats for them who we know bought tickets, because I know we weren't the only ones that did it.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Your 2 seats wouldn't have mattered. Who cares? They probably snuck in anyway.
Yeah. So
I wanted to address this because we talked about the Pizza Hut buffet.
Yeah.
Warzord, the bored Time Lord, says, remember the KFC buffet?
I do not.
Do.
Do you?
Oh.
So, along with not having Burger King until high school, I believe I didn't even get on a plane until high school, because the only real vacations we ever took as a family was driving down to Florida. So driving from Jersey to Florida, you would pass all these KFC buffets in like North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia. My dad would never stop, even though he loved KFC. He was always like, we got to go. We didn't stop at a hotel. We drove straight every time from Jersey to Orlando, Florida. We paid for a hotel. It's in Disney. Kids don't understand how much money we spent. We're not paying anywhere else. So we drove all the way through. I think it was like over 18 hours. And I didn't get to go to my first KFC buffet until I was touring with bands like after high school. And I had hit my first KFC buffet in Durango, Colorado. It was everything I thought it would be. All the different kinds of extra crispy, all the different pieces of original, and then a big tub, a big tray of just the coleslaw, a big tray of just mashed potatoes, a thing of gravy. I didn't think about this until about 2018, right before the whole COVID and all that stuff. Maybe it was 19. I looked up KFC buffets, and there was only one left in the country in Cheyenne, Wyoming. A quick 4-hour drive for ElHorrible. So one weekday, because it's only available during the weekday and it's like only a lunchtime thing. ElHorrible had a plan. He called out of work. He drove all the way up to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Had the KFC buffet. It was there. It was everything he remembered. This one actually even had stuffing and a bunch of different desserts. I don't remember desserts at the other one, but I don't know if it's there either anymore. I was there before the COVID thing. It might have shut down after COVID, but there is a possibility there is still a KFC buffet in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So if you're near there, go.
I remember early on in COVID, and I know that's not the 90s, but thinking buffets are done. We'll never see another buffet again. But
our Golden Corral closed down, and now it's back.
Did it?
I don't know how it came back.
The biscuits and gravy, those
From where?
were the shit. KFC.
Oh, I'm thinking of like breakfast biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
yes,
KFC biscuits and gravy.
yes, I was always a KFC guy. I think Popeyes is okay, but I love KFC.
Ponderosa, Ponderosa wasn't a buffet though. They had the salad bar though, right?
Is that like a Sizzler? Because Sizzler,
yeah, it was
like
a steakhouse. Yeah,
I've never been to a Ponderosa
salad bar.
Yeah, we had Ponderosas all over
too.
the place around here.
I've never been to one, but we had Sizzler, and I feel like it might be similar. Are we gonna try and wrap up in 10 minutes, or what do you want to do?
Well, we were a little later than starting time, so maybe we go a little bit longer, but we still got some stuff to.
Let me get my one of mine out of the way. I have a quick commercials from. I betcha people remember this.
Big deal. What are you gonna pick?
Hot Pockets.
When a hungry bunch shows up.
Hot Pockets.
Did they not have the sleeve back then?
Hot Pockets.
This is right when they came out, so I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they did.
In a crispy pocket.
When it's late at night and you want a tasty bite, what are you gonna pick?
Hot Pockets. Hot
In a
Pockets.
pocket.
What are you gonna pick?
Wow.
Hot Pockets.
Try lean pockets too.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah,
Gotta have the lean ones.
Sure.
Wow. I think that's, and for me, that was probably, we just got our first microwave by then. Maybe we just had our first VCR around that time as well. So yeah, all this stuff to nuke was.
Yeah,
nice
I
to
was
have.
drinking a lot with my buddies and doing a lot of partying, and that was
so
one of the
old.
foods I thought of. And here's another one real quick. Oh wait, is this the same? Oh wait, here we go.
It's Totino's Party Pizza.
Totino's. Volume's a little low.
With Totino's crisp crust, that
See, that looks like
taste.
McDonald's pizza.
Totino's? When did he say that?
And now Totino's is made with leaner meats,
Of
and it's
course.
low in
They all have
cholesterol.
the lean
Low cholesterol.
Surprise.
Remember when we used to hear about that?
Totino's, the pizza moms like kids to love.
Next time, let me do the talking.
Totino's.
I never had Totino's. I was not a microwave.
They
I'm
also-
still not a frozen pizza person.
They also had Totino pizza rolls.
That I remember. I remember the pizza rolls. There was a. Oops, there goes the clean show.
Oh, we'll edit
I
that
said-
out.
I think
There
I
was a
called it
box. There was a pizza kit you could buy in a box. And I don't remember if it came with crust or it came with like a mix to make a crust.
Lunchables, the pizza Lunchables.
No, but it had like a little bag of sauce, a little bag of like the Parmesan cheese. And you would
sure you're
make
not
this
thinking
pizza-
of the Lunchables?
No, it was like to make a relatively larger size. It was garbage.
okay.
It was absolute garbage. But it was probably like $1.50 on the shelf, and it was one of those things when there was nothing to eat.
Sure.
You could whip up one of those. Even remember, just think about the 90s. I don't know where you lived, but it wasn't. I mean, obviously there was no Uber Eats, and I mean, pizza delivery was the only thing that delivered. And if you didn't have fast food right around the corner, it wasn't something you got. It wasn't as abundant, I would say, as it is.
That's
as
why
it is today.
that's how Pizza Hut actually got popular. because people are always like, well, why is Pizza Hut popular? It's such garbage. Because back when Pizza Hut started, I guess like in the 70s or whenever, there were no other places that would deliver pizza. They were like one of the first places to like literally deliver pizza to places.
Interesting. I never knew that.
I never knew Pizza Hut as a delivery.
That's
Like,
what I had always heard. That's why
5244444 5244444
Yeah, they were never big for us for
5244444
delivery.
Pizza Hut delivery.
We always had the local guy, the local pizza guys. You called
Right.
their, you called up Gino. Hey, Gino, I want
Right. Exactly. That's the same thing with me. I mean, I grew up in New York, New Jersey, but Pizza Hut became popular because middle America, they didn't have those kind of options like, the coastal, I guess, places, and it just blew up because no one else would. What?
Somebody's skipping super chats.
Oh no,
I'm not touching
no,
anything.
we got that one. I put that one up. That was up.
Yeah,
We
but
did the
no,
90s
we
cell
didn't.
phone
We
in the
didn't
bag.
read it. It's been up. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Max
Fight,
Brangle, $2. The 90 symbol should be a big cell phone in a bag, and yeah, because as soon as I read it, I said, yeah, we got to talk.
Yeah, he read
phones
that
at
one.
point.
Oh, okay.
712 Colgate, thanks for the 199. In Russia, prior to war, BK and
Russia.
McD still took shots. In Russia, McDonald's shoots you. Ha, no, I don't. Turbo Neil Brainy, he likes your Pizza Hut commercial. Thanks for the $4.99, dude. That Pizza Hut commercial gave me nostalgia whiplash.
Right? I don't, and I don't even like baseball. That's what I'm saying. Like I was a disappointment to my father and my grandfather because I quit baseball at a very early age to play hockey.
It totally makes sense though. That's the Ninja Turtles movie. It's something. It's so nostalgic to you, and yeah, I could understand.
Well, all of it, yeah, the whole thing. But
why,
I don't know.
Why would Pizza Hut sponsor a Ninja Turtles?
I don't know. It's very odd.
Yeah,
the Ninja Turtles ate pizza.
What?
You got it, OJ.
American Cupcake, thanks for the $2. Do you guys remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles concert album? I do not.
I was there at Radio City Music Hall. I went to the live event.
No way.
I can. Oh, we have to find this. So, Ninja Turtles did a live, and actually, oh man, do you like fun facts?
Hell yeah!
I love fun facts.
So a kid I grew up with in high school actually owned the Ninja Turtles concert set, one of them, and they decorated it for Halloween. So every Halloween you would go to their house and they would have the Ninja Turtles set from the concert. So
this is like when Kramer had the whatever the Steve Allen show set. Okay.
Yes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Radio City concert. So again, maybe I should put this in later, but hold on. Oh, they were on Oprah. I think I saw them on Regis and Kathy Lee, but I remember waking up one morning because my mom woke me up and she was like, you got to get up. You got to get up. The Ninja Turtles are on Regis and Kathy Lee, but I'm finding them right now on I'm
assuming they were rapping.
Oprah. No, they were playing instruments and everything. So I don't know what this is, but I'll just play this real quick. It's hilarious, dude.
Single most uncomfortable moment.
Turtle?
Whoa,
definitely.
Conceptually, that works for me.
You know, I've been trying Where you going?
Oprah, man, I cracked myself up.
Oprah, I've been trying to talk her into an interspecies relationships for months now.
Whoa.
Well, man.
And she won't do it.
She can't hold her breath.
No, she can't do it.
The biggest problem is she can't hold her breath long enough, you know?
What?
I think Raphael just got me too'd.
The Turtles are going to perform their hit.
Did you see that little kid?
Yeah.
That little black kid was like,
he looked
what?
terrified.
What does he mean?
Turtles are going to perform their hit. Did you want to say something?
These kids are like, these ain't the Ninja Turtles.
The one thing about the Turtles being a reporter, it's hard for me not to analyze. And the good thing about these guys.
Oh, so anyway, let me actually find a little clip of the concert thing. It was called the Coming Out of Our Shells tour.
Oh wow,
that sounds pretty. Oh, I can't say that on this channel.
The parents, are you ready to shell out another
1990
career turn for another one? Well, they're seen here on television and the movies, and then, of course...
Probably the scariest of all the live action turtle costumes. Because that first movie, man, they were pretty... I know Jim Henson was involved, and, man, it showed. Because I think that first turtle movie, like, the look of them, at least, was amazing.
Yeah, these turtles look like they're doing meth.
And there was a definite drop-off.
Yes.
Yes.
There was a definite drop-off. These turtles have the little microphone, like Kevin Brennan, attached to their headset. But yeah, they played instruments and sang.
Rock and roll career, proving once again
I had the VHS tape again, which I bought at the concert.
Their tour kicks off tomorrow at Radio City Music Hall. And wouldn't every kid be green with envy if he didn't?
I don't think they're really playing.
Listen.
You know, it's like a cross between.
I don't think they're playing that one-string guitar.
So that was it. Yeah, I was there, man. I was at the Coming Out of Their Shells tour. It was fan.
Wow.
So we do remember. Where'd you go? Uh-oh. I think we lost. We lost B Dabbler. Thank you, WSX, for the $2. Did you already talk about Taco Bell May Nuggets? No. Do you know what this is, OJ?
No idea.
Do you remember Taco Bell May Nuggets?
No. Let me look them up. Sorry, I closed the wrong window before.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Steve C. Is this the Steve's? No, it's not. Thanks for the $2. Good idea, boys. Thank you. Bill Loney for $2. Bobolis? What's Bobolis?
Oh, Boboli. Boboli. Maybe he's saying that was the kit you were talking about to make your own pizza. Boboli.
Oh, maybe.
That is what it is.
Is it?
Bobolis.
So, yeah. I'd like to find one of those. Like what? I bet it's still not expired. Like it probably lasted forever. Thank you, Barku Ver, for the $5. Domino's used to guarantee pizza delivery in 30 minutes or less, or they'd kill a guy for you. Yes,
that is true.
Yes, they none of those places still have those guarantees, do they?
No.
Yeah,
and they used to do that without GPS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but you also had, you weren't going everywhere. You guys had their runs.
Are these chicken nuggets? Mexi nuggets.
Oh, Mexi nuggets. Okay.
Switch them instead of tacos or nachos in any combo meal.
Interesting.
What were they?
Interesting.
Were they potato or chicken?
I know they look like tater tots.
Oh, yeah, they probably are. American Cupcake Eggs for the $2. Pizza Hut never delivered pizza until the 2000s.
Oh, then maybe it was Domino's.
Yeah, I think Domino's is or Little Caesars maybe.
Maybe
Little Caesars has been around for a while.
Wait, that's a pot. Is that true?
I don't know about that Pizza Hut.
Chad,
I feel
it
like
has
they've
to be
been
true.
delivering for a while.
No super chatter has ever lied, ever. ElHorrible. Deadpool, thanks for the 99. Pizza Hut's original pan crust is now much thinner too.
Did you guys have Book It?
No, what's Book It?
God damn it! Did you really live in the 90s? Yeah, it was a book program with Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
You just had to lie and do like a miniature book report and say that you read a book, and then you get a little thing, and you would get a free personal pan pizza, and that's why I was always a Pizza Hut guy.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about those certificate things.
Hell yeah!
I don't know. I could.
Wow.
I wasn't a Pizza Hut fan because it was never, to me, it was never real pizza.
Right? No, me neither.
But it was
Pizza Hut
buttery, greasy crust. Once in a while was.
I like the personal
decent
one.
in the 80s, in my opinion. In the 80s, Pizza Hut was decent, and then I don't know what happened to it after that.
Like there got to a point, probably in the late 90s, where Pizza Hut was, I want to say, was everywhere. Like they were putting them inside gas stations. Like they for the personal pizzas. So it became something that was like everywhere, and then I think it's fizzled back out again.
Yeah.
And P.S. with Ari Jane, thank you for the $4.99. I love this. Revs my engine. Someone who remembers. If I went up to P.S. Ari Jane and said, "Hey, yo, remember the 90s?" She would say, "Yes."
I have to change my undies.
Yes. Boy. Okay, so I got one more commercial I want to play, just since it's still, and it lines up to the topic of food. And this was, according to this is from 1997, and this was my favorite commercial of all time. I loved this commercial then. I still love it now. I wish they would make commercials like this today. Mark's Root Beer.
Give me a snowball. Spearmint.
Sorry, don't got spearmint. I only do barks. Okay. Hey, is it true when you're blind, your other senses, like your sense of taste, would be heightened?
I guess so.
Is that Obama?
That's you then, man.
Yes.
Hey, give it up. Give it up.
I think Chad knows that other guy. And that guy's Chad's friend.
I can see.
Really?
No. But it got some bite to it, though.
I love that. I can see. Really?
Yeah. No.
It's got bite.
But you showed us that the other day, and yeah, I didn't notice it at the time, but that was Nick Swartzen, Chad's friend.
Yeah. You brought that up. That was, again, it's starting his career
That's it.
in a Barks commercial.
We could do probably just a whole episode on commercials with people who turned into something, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like George dancing around about the new McDLT. Was that the 80s? That might have been the 80s.
No, that was that might have been the 80s, but yeah,
that was the DLT.
For sure. Do you remember? Was the McDLT when they tried to do like? No, I'm thinking
that was when the lettuce and tomato were on the other side.
I remember the Arch Deluxe. They were trying to be an upscale.
Yes, the Arch Deluxe.
Upscale burger, the Arch Deluxe. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a
fan.
The
McDLT was a good concept. I think that was a good concept. Ahead of its time.
I never had it. I don't, I was just dabbling in chicken nuggets and.
Oh, you've always been dabbling.
Did you guys have local like sports players like with local? I think this may have been in the 80s, possibly the early 90s, but the refrigerator William Perry's brother, Michael Dean Perry, played for the Browns. And we had the MDP burger at McDonald's.
Really?
No.
Yes.
See, they've been doing a lot of that now. I didn't think they did that kind of stuff back then. Because it's like every time I pull up to McDonald's, it's like, do you want the Cardi B fucking titty and twat burger? And it's like, what?
Yeah, there's all that stuff.
And it's like, why do I care what her order is?
But, the MDP was a popular burger in Cleveland.
No. What was on it? Wait, was it for? It was for honestly, McDonald's.
Yeah, it was for McDonald's.
Oh wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
I have had a lobster roll at McDonald's in Maine.
Really?
It wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Was it in the 90s?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I think so. Wait, maybe it wasn't. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I don't think we need to stay 100% on the.
It just made me think of that though.
How was the lobster roll?
It was actually not that bad. I don't know if they still have them, but I think in the whole New England market they had them at one point. But I do remember trying a lobster roll at McDonald's, and I was like, man, this is either going to kill me or be pretty delicious, and it was pretty delicious. I remember.
Yeah, some of those regional items always sounded interesting. Like, yeah, even someone said the spaghetti. McDonald's had spaghetti at some point.
Yes,
but again, I'm pretty sure it was only in certain markets. But...
There's still regional things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't get a McChicken, a plain McChicken in the state of Colorado. It does not exist. You can only get the hot and spicy McChicken. It's not the same thing, so don't tell me it's the same thing. It sucks. And I get it with no lettuce because I'm still in that thing where I don't want lettuce on my sandwiches.
I could do a McChicken. You know what I could do?
I love McChicken.
A fillet of fish is. I never order it, but that's a good sandwich.
Really? I was never into the fish fast food stuff like Long John Silver's and all that. Really? I mean, I assume it's McDonald's. It's
yeah. But again, I do harken back. I do miss the simpler menu.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys also you brought up Long John Silver's? Did you have an Arthur Treacher's?
No.
Yes, ours was combined with a Nathan's in our mall food court.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes, Arthur Treacher's was combined with Nathan's for us.
Okay, I always thought they were a little bit better than Long John's, but now we no longer have an Arthur Treacher's and only have a Long John Silver's.
Max Brangle, thank you for the $2. 90s Wendy's used to sell 3- and 4-piece chicken dinners.
Really?
I do not remember that. And I am big on the fast food fried chicken. Hardee's was dead to me after they started serving or stopped serving fried chicken. Like I said, Roy Rogers fried chicken was some of my favorite. KFC, but I do not remember Wendy's. I'm going to have to look that up now. And again, I'm going to add pictures and stuff. So if it's there, you'll see a picture.
just putting this one up. There was a McJordan in Chicago.
Yes, yeah, I could believe that.
I don't remember the Patrick Ewing burger.
I'm surprised about that. I really am, because I know we had other ones after that, but that was the biggest one I could remember. It was the Michael Dean Perry.
American Cupcake, thanks for the $10. Super Cheddars always admit when they're wrong too. In the year 2000, Pizza Hut delivered us pizza to space. The first Pizza Hut delivery was 1989 to Barbara Bush in the White House. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, American Cupcake. You have been reinstated as a super cheddar.
That's just a good way to think in life. Just, if you're wrong about something, just be able to own up and admit it. That's all.
Yeah. And if that super chat is in Bedabbler's channel, you need to really be redeemed. Never mind.
This is fun. I just want to bring this up because someone brought this up that it has nothing to do with food per se. Deepak Feinberg, Married with Children, was in its heyday.
Absolutely.
So
we'll do a whole show on Married with Children.
Yeah, so could I. I loved Married with Children. My father loved Married with Children. My father's two favorite shows in the 90s, like new shows, were Married with Children and The Simpsons. So
that
he
Fox lineup.
Yes, the Fox lineup, and he always scheduled dinner every day to whether The Simpsons were. When we started dinner, The Simpsons theme was either starting or the Married with Children, and then when Fox would change the times and everything, he'd get all pissed off. But I could set my watch to when those shows came on because we would be eating dinner at those times. Yeah. So yes, Married with Children.
Our family too. ElHorrible, my family too. We have a big family on Sundays. Everybody would get together, and that, like I said, that whole Fox lineup. Yeah.
Oh, the Sunday night.
Sunday night. Yeah. The Simpsons,
I'm just
Married with Children, Living Color. Yeah.
Living Color was great.
We'll be getting into those shows.
I remember again, Married with Children. Again, we will talk about that show for sure during this series. Whenever this is just a test show. Make sure you subscribe to its standalone YouTube channel. We're going to take this down after today, repackage it up, put it up on the standalone channel. But Married with Children, and I don't know if the 90s was maybe the last. I know I'm going to sound ridiculous saying this because we've had protests recently, but I don't know if the 90s was the last generation of the mothers protests.
Right.
Because I remember things like Marilyn Manson concerts being, picketed. But I remember people getting up. I remember school teachers like sending things home about Married with Children.
Yep.
We shouldn't be allowed to watch a show. It's destroying families. It's not showing what a real family should be. And watch it right now. We could watch episodes of it on this show right now. It would be the tamest show, probably in retrospect, to anything we could put out. But
honestly, it's pretty crazy the stuff they got away with. I'm surprised that they actually still replay it. Sometimes I don't know if they still do, but
I don't see it anywhere.
As of like 3 years ago or something, I could get it on YouTube TV. I thought it was on like FX or something late at night.
Yeah, I can't think where it's even streaming right now. I haven't seen it in forever. Maybe probably Tubi has it or something.
Now
ridiculous.
Maybe, but yeah, a couple of years ago, I definitely had it on my YouTube TV like library. I was still getting it from somewhere, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I can't believe they said that. Like they were on the Jenner. Bruce Jenner thing. Like they made a Bruce Jenner joke about him being trans.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Excuse me. Aren't you Bruce Jenner?
Really awesome show. Doesn't get the kind of respect I think it deserves.
I was in a shoe store this weekend.
Sure.
And just thought,
yes.
Al Bundy.
Like, the worst thing in the world is to sell women's shoes.
Yeah, the worst job. And I was in a woman's shoe store too. So yeah, I'm like, where's the guy? Where's the guy with the brown slacks?
The writing on that show is so good.
Having a wedge, a 9 onto a 12.5 foot.
Yep.
Were you wearing your "No Ma'am" T-shirt?
That's a shirt we need to get those. I'm sure somebody's making those.
Do they make it in black? I don't want white.
I'm sure they do.
Accentuates my tits.
Thanks for the €5. I guess drunk on cringe. I like Cardiff, no hate, but I think Dylan could do a better job. Thank you. What does that mean?
Not sure. I think we had Dylan on.
Oh,
one of our
Dylan from
shows.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. With his chat, I guess. Amish Space Force, thank you for the 220. I won't shit on Canadian dollars on this show. Cardiff, pull up Roberto Alomar's McCain punch ad. OJ, could you find that? That sounds interesting. Another great Cleveland Indian player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll run through the rest of these here. This Who Remembers Fast Food show is great. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to anything other than fast food. We will do the movie segment. Carlos Danger did produce something for us, so we'll throw that up too. We want to see what he's done. He wants to be part of the show. But yes, Steve C, thank you for the $2. Who Remembers Fast Food show is great. So again, this was a test show. We're trying to figure out a format. An hour does go by really fast when we're talking. Like I said, we only got to really fast food and stuff. But
yeah, we really did. We had a lot more stuff ready to go for you guys, but you guys made it.
I was hoping it would go this way though.
Carried us really.
No, this has been really good. And thank you PCB PO 23 for the 199. Maine McDonald's had a lobster roll in 1992. 1992. Guess what 1992 is? Right in the beginning of the 90s.
Yo, remember the 90s?
Yes. Hey, Bedabbler, do you like fun facts?
Oh, yes, of course. I love fun facts.
Yeah, before.
Wait, what?
No, play it. No, before we play this video, hold up. Yeah. Do you like?
Wait, you were gonna ask me something?
Yeah. Start it again. Do you like fun facts?
Oh, I love fun facts.
All right. Here's a fun fact for you. In the 90s, women were allowed to vote.
What?
Yes. All right, let's see this. Roberto Alomar versus McCain punch. All right.
Hey, Roberto, which is the best pitcher you've ever faced?
The one with McCain punch.
Catch the taste of McCain frozen punch. In orange, berry, and fruit punch. McCain punch is made with real fruit juices to deliver real fruit taste, which makes McCain the punch of champions. Like
what
Roberto
the hell is
Alomar.
McCain?
Catch the taste.
Catch the real fruit taste of McCain punch.
I thought McCain made potato products. Honestly.
Yeah, what's McCain punch? Never heard of it.
I never heard of it either, but I've heard of McCain Foods. Even the logo looked like I know McCain. It's Canadian frozen food company.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Okay, then maybe that's why I thought they were involved with potato products. Yeah, because I guess they are like frozen fries and.
Tiff, thanks for the 1999. Congrats on a first show. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you. I think this has been fun. This has been fun. We're not done yet. We're almost done, but we're not done yet. Drunk on Cringe with €5. Yes, Dylan from somewhere. I used this to formally say sorry to the potato. I was wrong. Drunk on Cringe. I love you, pal. I love you. But yeah, I think, like I said, we had a lot of stuff we wanted to. We've prepared a lot of different topics. It's fine. We have stuff for the next episode. I don't know when that'll be. Like I said, we just wanted to do a test show, kind of figure out the format. Maybe we'll like I said, we'll repackage this. It'll be on its own channel. We'll figure out the next episode. We'll definitely do this again. I think we're aiming for the fall to make this every Friday, guys.
Yes. Yeah, our schedules are kind of messed up for the rest of the summer, so we'll try and get an episode in here and there. But yeah, I don't think we'll actually have a regular schedule of Friday nights until like the fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely. So again, we'll end. We'll start wrapping up with a final segment from our pal Carlos Danger, the one half of the Insufferable Bastards. We were debating, I think, most of this week about movies. We all picked some movies we wanted to talk about, but I mean, movies in the 90s is endless. Mm-hmm. You know, we could go off on anything. So we thought, what better way to include Carlos Danger in the show and have a little less things for us to do than ask Carlos Danger, the movie expert, to put something together for us. So let's see what Carlos Danger has put together for 90s cinema. 90s cinema. 90s. Where's my tab?
Oh, I don't have a thing.
No, I've got it. Oh. Okay, there it is.
I'll add one.
Oh, I've got it. Look at that handsome young man who's I can guarantee this man has never taken a breath of 90s air. He's that young. And
that's right. The mask makes you look bigger.
Cringe with Carlos. Listen up, sports fans. I'm from the Insufferable Bastards podcast. Welcome to a crash course in 1990 cinema, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. It'll be quick so you can get back to the Smurf and the Shuli Cuck and guy in a hockey mask. Just 1 second. There were only 2 great eras in American cinema. A, the 1970s. B, the 1990s. The 70s had this auteur movement.
Why is he talking about the 70s?
Response to the artistically oppressive studio system that was still turning out.
Okay, we've learned Carlos Danger needs more direction, but let's go back.
Out crap like Paint Your Wagon in 1969.
That's not the 90s.
Gentlemen?
I don't think that was the 70s. I think that said 69.
69, like I said. You know who starred in Paint Your Wagon? Lee Marvin, Clint Eastwood. That's right. Lee Marvin, Clint Eastwood made one movie together. It was a goddamn musical.
What's he doing?
He's disappearing.
Okay, here we go. Bloated,
it's hilarious.
Corporate gluttony that had taken over our theaters in the 1980s and early 1990s. I hate to break it to you, Umlaut. Rambo 2 and 3 were complete shit.
We're a minute 13 in. We still haven't mentioned one 90s movie, Carlos Danger.
We're into the 80s, so it feels like maybe we're getting closer.
We have made progress. And I do want to bring up Stash's super chat there before we
Lethal Weapon 2 is for morons, Obnoxious John. Mm-hmm. The Last Boy Scout sucks, ElHorrible. I meant to say Ian Hawke. Fuck it. Go read Spike, Mike, Slackers, and Dykes. That's a book. 70s gave us auteur writer-directors like Billy Freakin. And I can call him Billy. Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, Sidney Lumet, noted asshole Stanley Kubrick.
What's he doing?
Lumet had a whole career going before the 1970s. Well, fuck it, in the 70s is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I'm not mentioning Spielberg and Lucas. Yeah, the 90s, meanwhile, gave us writer-directors who had almost complete control over their product.
If there's anyone out there that can stay on one decade and do a movie segment for us, Cardiff Electric Pod at gmail.com.
Wait, but he's getting to it right now.
Is he?
I think so.
He's going to go back to 1956 for something.
Wes Anderson, Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith, but for Clerks and Clerks only. All other Kevin Smith movies
disagree.
Suck. Fuck you.
I totally disagree.
Wait, name a better movie than Clerks.
No, not better, but I'm just saying he said all the other ones suck.
Now, I might take some heat for this, but I thought the movie Dogma was freaking awesome.
I love Dogma. Can't get it anywhere now.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's locked up with he talked about it too. I went to the Clerks 3 movie screening and he does his 18-hour Q&A after the show. And I kept wanting to get up and ask a question, and my question would have been, Kevin, do you know it's Tuesday night? Because we just watched the 2-hour movie, and most of us need to go to work tomorrow. But he did talk about it, and so you can't get it on DVD anywhere. It's not streaming anywhere. It's locked up with what's the guy, the Me Too, not Epstein.
Yeah, fine.
The brothers.
Fine. Yeah.
I'll
Harvey,
tell you,
Harvey,
I have that movie somewhere in a box somewhere on
It's
DVD.
worth something, OJ.
Okay.
Apparently.
The DVDs are worth something because you can't buy them anymore because Epstein owns it. He wants to sell it. Like he's got his people trying to sell it to Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith is kind of like, you know what, I'm not. He just doesn't want to give him money. He said it's not worth that much to him to pay for it. He said someday this guy's gonna die, and I'll end up getting it back, I'm sure. But no, I love everything Kevin Smith. It's great.
Well, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back
had its moments. They all have moments.
Did they make a second one?
That Strike Back was the second one, wasn't it?
No, didn't they make like a second Jay and Silent Bob movie?
Yeah, I thought that was the second one. There's Jay and Silent Bob.
Mark Hamill is the cock knocker.
Yeah, that was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back with the first one where they went to they were trying to stop the movie from being made.
Comic.
But didn't they have one a couple of years ago?
I think you're
Another
right.
Jay and Silent Bob movie. See, people don't even know this shit was created.
No, I mean, and
Kevin Smith stinks.
I'm not including Tusk.
As someone who grew up in New Jersey and had to do the whole "let's go stand in front of Quick Stop" thing.
As someone who's
and I don't even like Clerks all that much. My favorite Kevin Smith movie, which I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself by saying just Clerks, but I like Mallrats better than Clerks.
Yeah, Dogma, I think, is my favorite of his movies. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I love that movie.
Yeah, no, I again, not the, like I said, I'm not going to include the Tusks of the world, and like anything that didn't include Jay and Silent Bob, I could.
Right. Yeah. What was that other Red State? Did you see Red State?
Red State was okay. Red State was okay,
that
but that was a mainstream movie. But no, I like everything Kevin Smith. As somebody who is trying to suck up to Brian Johnson and possibly get him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, I love Kevin Smith.
Yes. Definitely love Kevin Smith. Okay, Carlos Danger, we'll finish playing your video. And yes, we are giving you gruff. You were given an assignment and you failed.
Like you're complaining that we were talking about cheeseburgers and pizza for an hour.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish the hard work that Carlos. I bet he had this. He made this. He just made this like 4 weeks ago for fun.
Sure.
And then I asked him for something. Oh, I got something.
I love you, Carlos.
I do too.
Or Errol, or however you say his name, Morris. I highly recommend his documentary, Dr. Death. By the way, I saw Alone in a movie theater in 1999, back when I was a male prostitute. 70s auteurs, they were influenced by shit like the French New Wave and other foreign movies none of us have ever watched. 1990s auteurs, yeah, that's right, I'm reading this. We're influenced.
What do you think the 1990s fast food makers were influenced by from the 70s fast food? I'm sorry.
Microwave.
Body flicks, Warren Oates, John Cassavetes movies none of us have ever watched. What happened to the 70s cinema? It got in circles.
Back to the 70s.
90s cinema just sort of petered out. Promising directors like John Dahl, The Last Seduction, Carl Franklin, One False Move, migrated into television.
You can edit this out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
I'm making notes about right now.
Of the whole resurgence of independent film in the 1990s. Yeah, he turned out to be a scumbag, repeated rapist.
There he is.
But he'll be dead.
There's your pal.
So no worries there. It just sort of puts a damper when you go back and look through the history. But anyway, listen to me. Go watch Bottle Rocket, Wes Anderson's first film. Guess whose favorite movie it is? That's right, the Z-Man Chad Zumach. That's a fact. Galaga. Christ, I hope this is better than subreddit surfing.
That was funny.
All right, he redeemed himself at the end. Okay, Carlos Danger, you had a tough assignment. I told you nothing about the show really, and I asked you to put something together.
You did great.
Well,
Bravo.
you did great. Well,
all that time to tell us to go watch Bottle Rocket.
Yes. Now that you've seen the episode, let's see what you can do next time.
I think that was great.
But that was good. That was fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos.
We're caught up on super chats. We are.
I believe so.
Again, thank you to Nasty Al for the big super chat of the evening. That's much appreciated. Not necessary, much appreciated. We love you. Guys, anything else you want to? Oh, I do want to say Pixel Perlis on Instagram, just giving him a shout out because he asked for a shout out. And I'm a sucker for people asking me for shout outs. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have nothing else. I think this was an interesting experiment, and I think it definitely gives us an idea of, what future shows might look like or how to attack them. Because we had a bunch of different topics, we had a bunch of different stuff, but we just kind of dove into like this one kind of topic, and I kind of liked it. Yeah, no, it was fun, and I I think we could hit something else the next time. We'll always plan for other things, but we were able. An hour goes by real fast, but somebody did have a super chat up or a regular chat up that I forgot about. I forgot who it was, but they mentioned. Let me see if you guys remember the Faces of Death. Oh, of course. The tapes that used to go around. Did you ever watch the Faces of Death?
Sure.
Yes, my babysitter had a premiere event while she was babysitting me and my sister. That was the last time.
The
Do you remember
monkey
thinking
brains.
you were going to go to jail for watching The Faces of Death like it was this illegal video?
Yes, because it was not all, but most of it was fake.
Yeah. We had the one we got, I remember someone taped over part of it and like just screwing with people. I guess they knew this tape's going around and they like threw it in their camcorder and like put in the middle of it. So we saw parts of Faces of Death in my neighborhood, but the original troll messed with that tape.
Yeah, my dad we always see how you were saying like you like remember getting a microwave for the first time and stuff. Like my dad was very into the latest and he was way into renting tapes and then copying them like very early on. So we had all the Faces of Death, we had all the horror movies, and I remember we had a babysitter and she like was like, holy shit, you guys have like every movie. I'm like, yeah. And then she found Faces of Death, and literally I remember all these like high school kids coming to our house, and it was literally like a premiere. I think me and my sister were like handing out popcorn and sodas.
That's actually kind of cool. I gotta ask though, because your dad was so high tech. Now, did he have two VCRs, one to record on the other, or did he have the like they ended up making one where it was like a machine that you could put a tape in and record on the same?
I think eventually we got that machine, but originally he just put the two VCRs together, and he was the same one who came home with a black box one day. He's like, "We never have to pay for TV again." I was like, what? And he's like, "Oh, and we get every pay-per-view." And I was like, "What the?"
We're gonna do an entire episode on trying to watch scrambled porn.
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
On Cinemax.
Yes.
I think that was. Yeah, no, that was fun, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Had a blast.
Yeah. So just remember.
Oh, I'm gonna put the link up for.
Put the link
channel.
Up. Go to the new channel. Subscribe there. The replay will go up there at some point. I'm not going to hold our editor to any type of timeline. I appreciate everything he does for us.
I'll try to have it up by at least Sunday night. I'll try to work on a little bit tonight and well, actually, we have a show tomorrow morning. Well, all of us have shows tomorrow morning.
You can cancel yours. It's fine.
Oh, should I? Yes.
You could skip that and work on this. But just remember, if you don't remember the 90s, you've got remember the 90s? I just thought of that. That's not bad.
That was wonderful. I like that.
Yes. All right. OJ, thank you. ElHorrible, thank you. And thank you to all of you watching.
Thank you all. We'll see you next time on Remember the 90s?
I do.
Peace.
Yo, do you remember the 90s? Let's find out. Acid wash jeans, Doc Martens on your feet, Pogs in your pocket, and bagel bites to eat. Watching Full House with your digital pets. Mom, get off the phone, I need to use the internets. Let's go to Blockbuster, there's nothing else to do. Carmen Sandiego, where the hell are you? I like Tukey Not.
You got mail.
Ice, ice, baby, swing.
What'd you want to say, OJ?
Oh no, I was using a 90s phrase. I was saying peace 5,000.
Oh, hi. Well, we've learned a lot today about fast food from the 90s. Some of that fast food is still here today, but some is long gone. It's important to remember that the average daily caloric intake for a man is 2,500 calories, and for a woman, it's just 2,000 calories, because women always get the short end of the stick. If you're eating at fast food, remember, if you eat too much of it, you can get fat. So it's important to always order a Diet Coke or Pepsi, depending on which fast food chain you are patronizing. Well, that's all for this time. And remember, take care of yourself and each other. We'll see you next time on Yo, Remember the 90s.
Goodbye.